o'clock p.m. Pledge of Allegiance, Chair Mitchinson.
Please stand the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the national anthem. You may be seated. Roll call and verification of quorum, Chair Hall.
Okay. I'm here. Pro Tem Kehoe.
Present.
Senator Mole.
Here.
Chair Matan.
Present.
Chair Bertram.
Present.
Vice Chair Richard.
Present.
Chair Mitchinson.
Present.
Senator Hedman.
Present.
Chair Temple.
Present.
Speaker Ananobi.
Here.
Chair Wonjin.
Present.
Senator Simcoe.
Present.
Senator Amin. Gilad Bonifant.
Present.
Chair Galloway. Vice Chair Foster.
Here.
Chair Gell.
Present.
Vice Chair Taylor.
Here.
Senator Patel.
Here.
Senator Jacobs. Deeser Magdadaro.
Present.
Vice Chair Costas. Senator Collins.
Present.
Chair Holmes.
Present.
Chair Cerisi. Chair Duque. Ayala Huerta.
Present.
ELA Jimenez.
Present.
Vice Chair Boysen.
Present.
Okay, with 29 out of 31, quorum is verified.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes. If everyone can take a look over last meeting's minutes. Eli Jimenez.
Move to approve last week's minutes.
There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, I'll take that as general consent. The minutes stand approved. Approval of the agenda. If everyone can take a look over today's agenda. Vice Chair Foster.
Move to approve the agenda.
There's been a motion to approve today's agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, I'll take that as general consent. The agenda stands approved. Open forum. Any non-senators wishing to speak? Seeing none, announcements from the student body president, President Hall.
I hope you're doing well. So I have a couple announcements. We had the Women's Empowerment Conference this morning, and I just want to give the biggest thank you to our athletics coordinator, Emily Brott, and then also to the chair of the Women's Caucus, Daisy, for coming and presenting. I was very, very impressed with the event, and I feel like I left empowered, and I know a lot of other students felt the same way. So thank you so much for everything that you did. Your presentation was wonderful, Daisy. I know it meant a lot to everyone in the crowd. So thank you. And I'm really glad that we were able to collaborate on that event because I thought it went really well and I hope it continues for years to come. On an exciting note, tomorrow is the opening of the Pegasus Penthouse on the second floor of the Union. We would love to see you all there. It is officially having its grand opening at 2 p.m. That's when we do the ribbon cutting. And I'm not going to brag, but I have been like 3 out of 3 so far for ribbon cuttings. So I think this is going to be my final ribbon cutting. So wish me luck that I can get it in that one try, because so far I've been pretty good, but you never know. But a little secret is that it does technically open the same times as the Union. So it'll actually be open at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So if you want to get in a little bit early and like kind of get your bearings and see the space when there will be less people, that's a little like insider tip, but I really hope to see y'all at 2 p.m. I know President Cartwright will be there and he's looking to play pool with some people. So if you're interested, if you're a good pool player, something to think about. A reminder that the distribution form for Universal Nights volunteering closes tomorrow at 12 o'clock p.m. That is not like midnight, like assignments. It's 12 o'clock p.m., so midday. So that's an easy one to miss if you're not on top of it. So really think about, filling that out maybe tonight, because 12 o'clock comes by very quickly. Next Wednesday is Day at the City Hall. That will be at 10 a.m. So if you've signed up for that, expect more details to come soon. And then the last thing that I just want to say to y'all is thank you. I know that many of y'all are returning. Some of y'all won't be returning. If you're graduating, congratulations. I'm so excited for you and to see all the amazing things that you accomplish. If you're moving on from student government, all the same, I'm very, very excited to see everything you do. And I hope we can continue to collaborate and that you still work with student government in some way in whatever you're moving on to. And if you're staying, I am excited to work with you for just a couple more weeks. And I hope you have the best session next year. But just truly, truly thank you. It has been nothing short of a pleasure to work with every single person in this room. I only have positive things to say about this group and my experience working with y'all, and specifically to Nathan and Shanira. It's really been wonderful, and I feel very, very fortunate to have worked with you. So thanks for everything, and I really hope that next year is just as positive as this one. And I hope y'all have a great night and enjoy your last meeting of the session.
Any questions? Seeing none, thank you. Announcements from the student body vice president, none. Comptroller's report.
So I printed this out, so I have to pull up the live one to see the updates. But I will jump ahead if it's okay to scholarship committee. For scholarship committee, congrats to everyone on a successful session. Best of luck to those graduating or not returning to Senate. It's been a pleasure to work with you. The final scholarship committee meeting is this upcoming Tuesday, March 29th at 1 p.m. And then I'm so sorry, I don't have the updated numbers for the comptroller. Is it in the agenda? No? Okay, I'll get on that and make sure it's added. Thank you, Chenier.
Thank you. Cabinet Forum, Chief of Staff Lopez.
Hi, everyone. First off, I would just like to say thank you so much for all the work you guys have all done this past year. Really, congratulations on all of your efforts. Nothing you guys do goes unnoticed. But on that note, exciting news. You all should have received an invitation about 45 minutes ago for passing of the gavel. That's going to be on April 12th from 6 to 7:30. Doors will open at 5 p.m. So from 5 to 6 p.m., it's going to be more of a networking reception. We're really encouraging administrators to go early so that way they have the opportunity to talk to you all. And then the program will begin right at 6 and it should end around 7:15, 7:30. But with that being said, the invite was for this current session, like all of you all. So please accept or deny the invitation, because if you're leaving and relinquishing your email, that opportunity won't be able to be given to the senator that would be filling your place. So just either accept or deny the invitation as soon as possible, because RSVPs do close on Thursday. But other than that, thank you all for all your work, and I hope you have a great night and great last meeting. Questions?
Any questions for Chief of Staff Lopez? Chair Duque.
Sorry, you said that these have gone out. I personally haven't received one. Has everyone else? Just making sure it's clear. Okay, so just me. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Can you?
We'll
text me
figure it
your-
out.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
no
text
worries.
me
I
your
just wanted to
email.
make sure that it was just me.
Yeah, it should be sending all like work SGA emails.
Anyone else with questions? Seeing none, thank you. Sorry. Deputy Chief of Staff, none. Attorney General Soto.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Meg, for shouting out my hat. I hope that my hat isn't taking away from tonight's occasion, which is actually the closing of this Senate session, which I would like to remark for just 1 second. First of all, congratulations on a successful Senate session. Throughout the session, we walked the path hand in hand, working on different areas of the same path. You developed your understanding of student government statutes, celebrated the success of Knights through resolutions, and served the student body through thorough, passionate debate, as you all know. Once upon a time, I used to be a senator. Yes, isn't that crazy? Speaker Farrow was constantly asked, though I would say harassed, to wear a Frozone suit, which she wore the last day of that session. And it was hilarious. It was like at 2 a.m, and people were going crazy over that damn suit. To those limited people who knew that I had a cowboy hat, I bought this at a rodeo. They've been harassing me too to wear the damn hat. And so I decided that today in this special occasion was the day I would reveal the hat just out of respect for all of your work. And I thought this was a special enough occasion. On the other hand, I did want to say that I attended an impeachment proceeding in LJR this week, of which Brody and I were the only ones allowed to speak on. I'm happy to take questions on anything that happened there. As a note, I only answered procedural and statutory questions. So those are the sort of questions I'll keep answering. But congratulations once again. I'm very proud to have worked with every single one of you. You all have been great. And for those staying, know that I'm still here as a resource for you all. Any questions?
Any questions for AG Soto? Senator Jacobs, sorry.
Present voting.
So noted at 7:12 p.m. Thank you. Alrighty, announcements from the Chief Justice, none. Announcements from the Supervisor of Elections, none. Announcements from the Activity and Service Fee Committee Vice Chair, none. Meg already did scholarship. Okay, announcements from the Senate President. Hey y'all, so I'm gonna start with some updates. For those of you graduating this semester or in summer, souls are coming in next week. I just got the tracking order, so I'm super excited. Oh, I also forgot to put in here, but jackets. They are stuck in HR. I know so many of you have been asking me about it, and I am so sorry. I really, have been trying. Hannah and Allison have been trying as well. So I'm really sorry. I don't, but they're in HR. I'll try and figure out how I can get them to you all as soon as I get them. But then I also wanted to talk about banquet information. So remember tomorrow from 4 to 6, it's at Celeste. Attire is dressed up. I've had a couple people ask me what I mean by dressed up. Honestly, it's up to you. I don't want to impose anything. I just want you to feel special, feel appreciated, feel empowered, or whatever you want to feel. So that's kind of what I meant by dressed up. Semi-formal is fine, things like that. We will also be announcing the Senator of the Month of February and celebrating more senators during the banquet. And the dinner is to include mini desserts, a pasta bar thing with the chef cooking out for us, a salad thing, and mocktails. So very exciting. I did accommodate for as much as I could for dietary considerations. We have gluten-free pasta, vegetarian and vegan options as well. So yes, I accommodated as much as I could. So any question? Oh, I will say, if you did not RSVP, I did not account for you for food. So you're more than welcome to come, but I did not count for you for food. So if you are hungry and you know you're going to be hungry, please let me know. I have a little bit of flexibility, very little, but if you didn't RSVP, I did not account for you for food. You're still welcome to come. Any questions for me? Alrighty, seeing none, internal legislative assistant report, Aile Furtuck.
Okay, everybody. Hey. So today was SLC's last meeting. It was a really touching and bittersweet meeting, but it was fun. I just want to thank you all for your banter throughout the year. I appreciate you all and your differing opinions. Being here has taught me real life skills that I'm sure I will use in the real world. With that being said, the SGLC banquet will be April 8th from 4 to 6 p.m., 5 to 7 p.m., 5 to 7 p.m. And I welcome all the senators to please come. There's going to be cabinet's going to be there, some justices, and I hope as many of the senators can come as well. But I wanted to read you guys a little bit of my my department speech from SLC. And I kind of feel the same way about you all. So I'll read the last paragraph. I'm not me without you all. You have all contributed to my being, to my betterment, and to the individual that I am. I've learned so much about myself from being around you all. From SGLC to SLC, I thank you for choosing to spend your Thursday afternoons indulging me. I hope you learned something, even if it's not Senate related. Something about yourself, something about your goals, who you want to be when you grow up, what you like about a teacher, and what you don't like. I'm proud of you all. From the beginning of the program, when we did our first mock Senate, to now, seeing how much you have learned has been astonishing. Seeing you come out of your shells, have opinions, talk about your academic and personal life, it has made my experience better. I'll always be here for you all. If you ever need a letter of recommendation, a guide, a mentor, and more importantly, a friend, I'd hope you all come to me. You are all my legacy, and I'm so proud of you. I hope you're proud of me too. I'm very proud to have worked with every single one of you. You have all changed my life in some way or another. And I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. I can't see behind me, but I'm very proud of you guys in the back. And yeah, thank you for choosing me to be your ILA. I ran in the beginning of the 53rd, and there's not many of us standing that actually ran in the election. So with that being said, Senate is a very hard task. It takes a lot of time. So I'm very proud of you guys, and I love you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Anyone with questions? Seeing none, External Legislative Assistant Report, ELA Jimenez.
Hi, Senate. Happy last meeting of the session. So this past week, we had our very last Dean meeting for the College of Business Administration, and it went really well. Thank you to everyone who showed up. And also just thank you guys for everything. I know I'm not going to be running again next session, so please reach out if you or somebody you know are interested in running for this position. I did love this position with all my heart. As you guys know, I was kind of elected into this in the middle of the session, so there was an avalanche of responsibilities for me to get done when I really didn't know what I was doing. But because everybody was so helpful and, helped guide me, I was able to really grow from this position. And I think the person that I was before is very different from who I am now. And I came out on the other side a much better person. So it's been a pleasure getting to know all of you through these Dean meetings and hearing your initiatives and things like that. And I will definitely remember you all and remember this position till the end of time. But thank you so much for electing me into this position, and I can't wait to see what you guys all do in the future. That's it.
Any questions for ELA Jimenez? Seeing none, Senate President Pro Tempore report, Pro Tem Kehoe.
Okay, I have a little speech. Okay. Good evening, Senate. I am speaking to you for the last time on the Senate floor as the Pro Tempore. The 53rd Senate session has seen such tremendous times on campus and throughout the world. The session began as COVID-19 continued to spread and ravage our communities, yet we continue to charge on through advocacy for eco-friendly confetti, the LGBTQ+ community, Knights Pantry, anti-racism, a campus performing arts center, and endless more initiatives. We've seen UCF's return to campus life, witnessed the launch of the first all-civilian space flight, celebrated as President Cartwright accepted UCF's seal of Excellencia, cheered as Britney Spears was granted freedom from her conservatorship, attended UCF student government's first State of the Campus address, advocated during Day at the Capitol, and now watch the confirmation of the first Black woman to be appointed to the Supreme Court of the United States. I have been more than honored to serve alongside such a talented and dedicated group of student senators and have been blown away by your passion and hard work. It has not been an easy year, yet we are all still standing here. Well, most of us, and some of us wouldn't necessarily consider it standing either. Against all odds, CRT saw 310 allocations, and it feels like LJR saw just as many absence requests. GAP did their homework and successfully organized our return to an in-person day at the Capitol, while SBA held down on the home front here at UCF, doing everything in their power to create a safer and more enjoyable campus for all. ORS saw many individuals in committee and continued their due diligence overseeing our spending policy. ENA voted on presidential appointments and watched as we all cast our votes in an interesting student government election. FAO carefully funded our RSOs and probably took more votes on artwork than allocations themselves. And the Senate Executive Committee met, period. I wanted to finish my final report with a few special thank yous to a handful of people who have truly impacted my tenure during this session. They're not here right now, but to Aloe, thank you for literally being the second coming of the Messiah. I appreciate everything that you do for Senate and myself, and you possess so much wisdom at such a young age, and I am excited to see what the future holds for you. To Brody, thank you for literally listening to me babble on and on, even when I called you dad. You have truly impacted my time in Senate and have always helped guide me in the right direction, both in student government and in life. To my lovely deputies, Lauren and Cheska, you are literally so much better than me, and words cannot express how grateful I am for you both and the dedication you have to your positions. And Lauren, I don't even enjoy thinking of what my life is going to be like without you, so I'm kind of mad at you for that. Sam, thank you for doing such a wonderful job as my vice chair while I was chair of LJR, and even doing most of the heavy lifting. That one week I had strep and was selfish enough to still want to chair the meeting from home. Lastly, Shanira, thank you for dealing with me as I stepped into this role and for lighting a path for all of us during this session. I know that we all appreciate you and the work that you have accomplished. So thank you from your LJR chair and your pro tempore. I wish you all the best no matter where life takes you.
Any questions for Pro Temp Kehoe? Alrighty, seeing none, Deputy Pro Tempore of Legislative Affairs report, Delag Bonifant.
Hi, y'all. Thank you so much for this session. I guess maybe I haven't said it to a lot of you, but I'm always inspired by the ideas you brought for legislation. And I really enjoyed serving with you. I'm going to miss Senate a lot, but not too much. I was already riled up before the meeting. But some actual announcements. Some of you might have received emails this week about follow-up for fiscal bills. Please email those RSOs just so they at least know, like if they email you, you will not be there, just so they know who to reach out to, because we're having some verification of purchase form dates come up. Their reversion dates come up, even if they're further in the future, just so they can have their happy transition to the 54th and ORS doesn't have a lot of work trying to track them down in the next session. And kind of along that line, I'm not going to be responding to emails at all now. So like if you need something from me, DM me, and it's like 50-50 if I respond, unless you have stuff that you are interested in the position. Of course, I'd be happy to talk to you about that. But this, like after the meeting, I'm logged out. So please don't email me. I will not respond to you. I want to leave that for the next DLEG. So.
Thank you. Okay, let's go for that. I will say on a note for that, please check your GroupMe. I might be I will be updating you on like jackets and stuff like that, and we'll still have access to that. So, yeah. Okay. Any questions for Delag Bonifant? Alrighty. Thank you. Deputy Pro Tempore of Senate Relations Report, Deeser Magdadaro.
Hey, y'all. I just want to take the time to congratulate everyone in this room. Y'all made it this far. And I just want to thank you all for doing such an amazing job serving the student body. And it's just a pleasure to speak to you about your initiatives. And it was so fulfilling to see them come to fruition. And I'm literally so amazed by every single one of you, seeing how far y'all have gone. And I can truly say that everybody in this room is the epitome of service leadership. That being said, if you are interested in this position, I'm more than happy to speak to you all about what the DSER role entails. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Any questions for DSER Madidaro? Seeing none, caucus reports, APIA Caucus Chair Temple.
Dobry večer, Senate. Unfortunately, we were not able to meet this week, but we have plenty of initiatives going into the 54th session, so this caucus is not dead yet. This week, I did converse with Coordinator Lee on APIA-related initiatives going into the 54th, as well as the anti-racist resolution as a whole, which we will be seeing on third reading tonight. And of course, APAM is still going very strong and will continue until the 16th of April. And then I just want to echo what everybody else has been saying and just say thank you from the bottom of my heart for just presenting this opportunity for not only myself, but for all the students here at this campus. And seeing this body in action from being just a normal student all the way up to being a senator now is just, it's a lot, needless to say. And I appreciate that I was able to work with every single character in this room. Even if I'm not going to be ever able to see you again, just know that you all have inspired me to keep going in this position, even if I've faced so many hurdles in this. And of course, Ayala Huerta, I just have to say thank you truly for the SGLC program and really getting me into this. Without you, honestly, I probably would not have been able to join with the amount of knowledge I've learned. So really, thank you all. And to those coming into the 54th session, be ready. You're not done with me yet.
Any questions for Chair Temple? Seeing none, Block Caucus Chair Holmes.
Okay, sorry. Hi, everyone. We did not have a meeting this week. As you know, last week was our last meeting, but I didn't put it on here, but we did hear back from Rick Falco about our natural hair initiative. So hopefully for the next session, we can just kickstart on that, and that'll be our very first initiative. And thank you to Coordinator Lee for coming to support the anti-racist resolution on third reading. And thank you for bringing the idea to our caucus. Honestly, I just really think it's an amazing piece of legislation. And I think it can help a lot of initiatives that will be going on campus to show, the support of the Senate for students who, experience racism, etc., all that. And I also love the short time that I have spent as chair of the caucus. It has been a wonderful experience. Even though it was a very short time, our caucus has had a lot of impact on the campus. We've rebuilt so many relationships with different RSOs, and I couldn't have done it without my caucus members, Director Fletcher, Coordinator Lee, for making everything we have done so far possible. And I just want to thank all the senators in here for just being my support system. Your support doesn't go unnoticed. And thank you for just the constructive criticism and just building me up when it comes to legislation and helping me not be intimidated when it comes to speaking on the floor. Y'all have had such an impact on my experience here, and I can't wait to see what we'll do in the next session. So that's all from me.
Any questions for Chair Holmes? Seeing none, Disability Caucus Chair Cerisi.
Well, hello, everyone. If anyone is interested in the Disability Caucus for next session and has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My final fun fact of this session is that this Saturday, March 26th, is World Epilepsy Awareness Day. Really awesome. So I am participating in the 26-mile challenge for the Walk to End Epilepsy, and my goal is to get 10 people to walk 2.6 miles individually with me so we can get to 26 miles. So if anyone is interested in participating in that with me, that would be really awesome. I would really appreciate that from you guys. And then It has been such an honor being the Disability Caucus chair this session. I could not have been prouder of all the caucus members. And as you guys know, this caucus started this session, and I had virtually no idea what I was doing with the caucus when I first started. So I just want to thank everybody who had a hand in helping me build this caucus from the ground up. I'm really proud of the work that we've done this last year, and it could not have been possible without you guys. I really appreciate all of you, and thank you all so much for helping me, not just with the Disability Caucus, but building my initiatives. I wanted to quickly give a couple thank yous. So first, I want to thank my lovely confirmation partner, Chair Duque, because as you guys know, neither of us were elected. We got confirmed together. And just always having my back and helping me really develop into my position. I feel like we did that together, and it makes me sad that you're not continuing on, but I'll always have chocolate covered pretzels for you if you need them. I wanted to thank DSR Magdadaro for meeting with me that first week, because without her, I may not have had the idea to create the Disability Caucus. She took 2 hours out of her day to speak to me about my passions and my initiatives and helped me come up with the idea. So without her, this might not have ever happened. So I wanted to really quickly thank her for that. I wanted to thank Chair Bertram and Coordinator Lee, because without them, the Disability Awareness Fair might not have happened, because I had no idea how to put that on. So thank you guys. And finally, I want to shout out my former chair of LJR, now pro temp Chair Kehoe, for encouraging me to go for a leadership position when I wasn't confident in myself to do it, and giving me confidence I need to be in leadership positions. Without you, I might not have gone for it. So I just want to thank all of you and helping me become the best senator that I can be. And for those of you who are not continuing on, I'm going to miss you. And I'm so proud to see what you guys accomplish next. And for those who are, I look forward to working with you more. And that is all for me.
Any questions for Chair Cerisi? Seeing none, Hispanic Latinx Caucus, Chair Duque.
Man, I'm gonna miss those pretzels. Hola, Senado. We had a great meeting this week. You can read the minutes. I'm not gonna bother you with that. But I wanted to actually start with today's pin. Today's pin is a black and gold ode to all the work that we did this session, and all that you will do in the incoming session. I came into this role both to create a community for myself and to create community as a whole for our students. And I truly believe that we've done just that and more. The connections and friendships that we've created in this chamber are the strongest because they were made with helping others in mind as a priority. In other words, they were made in the name of kindness. I truly believe student government should be the backbone of all student engagement, advocacy, and spirit at UCF and, of course, every other university. I may be leaving. That does not mean that I will stop paying attention to what you all are doing and holding you all accountable for prioritizing our Hispanic, Latino, Latina, Latinx students, or transfer students, and all others who need your support and protection. I will be your most loyal advocate, but I will also be your most vocal critic when things do not go the way they should. I have trust in you as a student and as your friend, and I cannot wait to see all you continue to grow into and develop as leaders. In that growth, please remember to reach out to me if there's anything I can do for you to help you in the political sphere. Sincerely, I mean that. There are so many people in here that I cannot wait to see develop. People like Ethan. From the beginning, I have felt the weight of expectations on you. I know you feel that. If any of y'all break Ethan, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. You're great. Lauren, sincerely, although we haven't spent as much time as I wanted to together, truly, you're one of the people that I can look to and really see just how much this means to you and how much you mean to everyone in this room. So I appreciate you. Everyone else who has been my friend, my partner in not crime, never crime, but in fun and enjoy. Sam, of course, all of you all, but especially Nicole. Of course, Becca's not here, but she would say the same thing. Nicole is the unsung hero of everything that we do in both GAP and Hispanic Caucus and of so much else. She deserves the world, and I'm really sad that she's not coming back. But I truly believe that she's going to do amazing things. So, wishing you the best, and for the last time, Vamos Knights.
Thank you. Anyone with questions? Alrighty, seeing none. LGBTQ plus caucus, none. Women's caucus, Chair Gal.
Hola, mi gentes. I just wanted to say that because Julian typically does, and I'm not Spanish speaking at all. I'm just gonna miss Julian. So I just wanted to give some quick updates today. Women's Caucus was able to table at the Women's Empowerment Conference. Big shout outs to, yes, everyone did amazing. Big shout outs to Temple and Foster. They are amazing. I just want to say that. The brunch is going to be next Wednesday on the 30th from 11 a.m. to 12:30 in room 221. Title IX will be presenting, which I'm very excited about. It is a big yay for me. There will also be Starbucks if, Title IX and Women's Caucus is not incenting enough or is a good enough incentive. This event is open to anyone who feels passionate or passionate about safety and well-being of women on campus. So if you know anyone specific, please invite them. I'm really hoping for this networking brunch to be super advantageous for us. We will be meeting next Monday on the 28th for our final meeting of Women's Caucus. So anyone that wants to come, that would be greatly appreciated. Actually, today, some good news. Some students really expressed some interest in the caucus. I know Women's Caucus has kind of had a little bit of a rough time in the 53rd session. So I'm really excited about that and ex officio seats. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to, honestly, every single one of you in here, but specifically Adrian Lee is a superstar and is always so, yes, give it up for Adrian Lee. She is a superstar and so is Jazzy sitting right there. And you guys really helped me. And I really appreciate you. And I just wanted to let you guys know that the work you guys do is not seen. It's always seen by us. And we're always very appreciative of you guys, especially the Women's Caucus. So that is all for me, and thank you for all those who are not returning. You'll be really missed. You too, D-Leg Bonifant. You'll be super missed.
Ayala Huerta.
Yeah, I forgot to say this during my thank you, but Daisy just reminded me. Honestly, thank you guys so much. I feel like there's historically been a really big disconnect between all the branches. And I feel like this year you all did just an amazing job at keeping up with us. Adrian, you worked so closely with all the caucuses. Jazzy, I know you tried to make sure that the legislative branch was just as heard as the executive and judicial. And I just want to thank you guys so much for that. Seriously, you two are the ones that, and Adrian, okay, yes. You guys are the ones that really stood out to me the most for trying to bridge that disconnection. And that's kind of what Daisy just said, and I'm sure all the caucus chairs and vice chairs are thinking the same. So on behalf of us, we just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Let the record reflect that there was a standing ovation from all caucus leadership.
Awesome. Chair Galloway.
President voting.
So noted at 7:39 p.m. Vice Chair Amin. Sorry.
No, that's good. President voting.
So noted at 7:39 p.m. Alrighty. Unfinished business, none. Fiscal Committee caucus time, FAO and CRT. We're going to do this together. I said CRT. FAO and ORS. So I hereby recess Senate at 7:39 p.m. 10 minutes. ORS will be caucusing first. They'll be super quick. So if everyone in ORS can gather towards the middle, please.
Hi, y'all. If you're not here for the caucus, you guys please keep down the volume. Thank you. Okay, I hereby call this meeting to order at 7:40 p.m. Roll call and verification of quorum. Vice Chair Wanja.
Chair Mitchinson?
Present.
I'm here. Senator Bertram?
Present.
Senator Gill?
Present.
Deezer Magdadaro? 5 out of 4, quorum is verified.
Perfect. Please take a look at the minutes from last meeting, and I will take a motion. Deezer Magdadaro. There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the minutes stand approved. Take a look at today's agenda, and I will take a motion. Go.
Move to approve today's agenda.
There's been a motion to approve today's agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the agenda stands approved. Announcements from the chair, none. Announcements from the vice chair, none. Announcements from committee members, none. Announcements from non-committee members, none. Old business. Verification of purchase forms, Senate Bill 5319 for Night Raws. They were able to send in an updated, I believe it was an invoice, but it reflects like the fact that it was purchased. So it's in there now. It says amount due $0, and it has at the very end the payment on January 25th, 2022 with cash. So with that, is there a motion to approve the verification of purchase form for Senate Bill 5319? There's been a motion to approve the verification of purchase form for Senate Bill 5319. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in voting procedure. All those in favor? All those against? And all those abstaining with a vote count of 4-0 to 0. The verification of purchase form stands approved. New business, bills, Senate Bill 5320, Forensic Science Association. So basically the accountants reached out and let me know that this bill will not be used because it was canceled due to COVID. So basically I thought that since we had that information, it'd be well enough for us to see it today because it was just a COVID cancellation. So with that, is there a motion to not sanction the RSO? There's been a motion to not sanction the RSO. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in voting procedure. All those in favor? All those against? And all those abstaining with a vote count of 4-0 to 0. The RSO has not been sanctioned. Miscellaneous business, none. Is there a motion to adjourn pending final roll call? There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Wanjan.
Same as initial.
I hereby adjourn this meeting at 7:42 p.m.
Awesome. I hereby call this meeting to order at 7:43 p.m. Roll call and verification of quorum. Vice Chair Richard. Awesome. If everyone wants to take a look at yesterday's minutes and Sean.
Move to approve last meeting minutes.
Awesome. There's been a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the minutes stand approved. Approval of the agenda. I'll take a motion if everyone, Sean.
Move to approve the agenda.
There's been a motion to approve today's agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the agenda stands approved. Announcements from the chair. Budget, just refer to yesterday's minutes. It'll be the same thing. And that's it from me. Announcements from the vice chair. None. Announcements from committee members. None. Announcements from non-committee members. None. Old business, allocations, allocation 53-184. I just attached the same allocation document from yesterday. Both RSOs that we are seeing today, allocations, no representative could make it, but they sent me information about the RSO, what they're requesting funds for. So we'll start with 53-184, which was Hearts for the Homeless Orlando requesting funds for COVID-19 supplies. I did already update in the supporting documents. They sent everything that they want requested and new updated quotes for all of that. And I've already updated all the information on the request form. So It'll come out to about $112. She did confirm that the RSO can cover the extra 12. Let me see if she said anything else. I'll just read briefly what she wrote in the email. The only items we're needing is a quantity of 2 for the gloves. Everything else would just be a quantity of 1. We should be over $12, and the RSO has agreed to pay the remaining balance. I know that UCF is also a tax-free institution when we order items, so the quotes listed do not include tax. We are requesting these items to ensure the safety of our members when we go to screenings in downtown Orlando. We provide free blood pressure screenings to the homeless individuals to ensure that they are heart healthy and that we are able to refer them out to medical offices that can help them. We also are requesting the items to ensure that the homeless individuals can also be safe since we work with them a lot. The first aid kits that were added are requested so that if members have cuts, open wounds, we can they can do that cleanly, stuff, supplies, bandages on hand, and obviously they don't contract anything. So that's everything she sent to me. Do you all have any questions about anything that she added or anything like that to the request? Seeing none, will now be in line for debate. Anyone wishing to debate on the allocation? Or if not, I'll take a motion. Sean?
Move to vote.
Awesome. There's been a motion to vote on allocation 53-184. Are there any objections? Seeing none, will now be in voting procedures. All those in favor, raise your hand. All those against and all those abstaining. With a vote count of 6-0, the allocation stands approved. The next allocation is going to be allocation 53-11, the Graduate Writers Association requesting funds for an event on April 14th. Again, most of the authorized and financially trained officers are at a conference, so they couldn't attend the meeting today. But she did send a quick look at this. Okay, so I'll just read this on behalf of the RSO. All the quotes, Net 30 policy, speaker confirmation, invoice, all of that's already in the supporting documents. So to the student government officials, first let me apologize for our officers' inability to attend this meeting. Most of us are at a writing conference in Philadelphia today, otherwise we would have made this a priority. The Graduate Writers Association is a collection of graduate students earning their master's in creative writing in English. We have invited Susan Parabo to speak with us. She is a novelist and creative writing professor with Dickinson University. She's also the first female to play for a college baseball team. Because of this skill set, Susan is uniquely qualified to talk with us not only about her writing, but the process of writing, breaking into the publishing industry, and overcoming adversity. We believe that her insights will be profoundly beneficial to our student members. In the supporting documents, as she mentioned, she's included an interview and blurb about Susan with our form. Thank you for taking the time to consider our request. We look forward to hearing from you soon. So with that, we'll now be in line for questioning. Anyone have any questions about the request or anything? All right, seeing none, we'll now be in debate. Anyone wishing? Sean. Awesome. There's been a motion to vote on allocation 53-11. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be in voting procedures. All those in favor, raise your hand. All those against and all those abstaining. With a vote count of 6-0, the allocation stands approved. Bills, none. Resolutions, none. New business, none. Member discussion, none. Miscellaneous business. Sean.
Move to adjourn pending final roll.
Awesome. There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. Vice Chair Richard. Awesome. I hereby adjourn this meeting at 7:48 p.m.
Alrighty, I hereby reconvene Senate at 7:49 p.m. Alrighty. Let me just go through it. I'm just gonna go through it. Okay, Fiscal Committee report, CRT Committee, Vice Chair Taylor.
Hello, guys. So we did not meet this week, but I did want to share one last Oreo recommendation. And it's not really an Oreo, it's the ice cream mixed with Oreos from Twisty Treat. It's kind of like a McFlurry from McDonald's, but better because it's Twisty Treat. And then I just wanted to thank anyone that helped out with CRT this year. As you've probably heard, we had 310 allocations, which was a lot for Ariane and I, but we really appreciate all your help. So thank you guys.
Thank you. FAO Chair Maton.
All right, so kind of going off that note, a huge thank you to FAO for a great session. We did not see 310 allocations, but even with the impact of COVID-19, we've seen over 140 allocations and over 25 fiscal bills. This wouldn't have been accomplished without your amazing work and dedication. And kind of just a side note, a huge thank you to the committee and other fiscal leadership for your support stepping into this position. I didn't step into the chair position too long ago, so I really appreciate that. I'm glad I could finish the session off strong with y'all. And also a shout out to Senator Amin for surprising us with donuts at the end of our last meeting. Awesome. I put committee survey in there. I'll make it really quick. I just threw a few fun questions at the end of our meeting, just asking kind of what our favorite parts about the session and FAO were, but also what we can improve upon. So I just wanted to touch on two little things there. I think the general consensus about our favorite part is the student interaction. So anyone looking or staying in the 54th session and wanting to learn more about a fiscal committee, all that, I encourage you to step into one of them. We've gotten to interact with so many RSOs, gotten to see all the amazing things that students are doing here. So I definitely encourage you all to take a look or even step into a fiscal committee next session. And then on the improvement side of things, communication was the big thing. Just learning how we can better communicate with other senators, students, administrators, all that about the fiscal process, and just ensure that we're doing the most effective and efficient job we can as a fiscal committee to promote what we're doing and the resources that we offer. But other than that, the budget update is there. This week in FAO, we approved that list of those list of approved allocations, two of which we just saw and approved in caucus. And as always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or anything like that. I'm always there to help. So thank you.
Thank you, RS Committee Chair Mitchinson.
Okay, this week in committee, we saw the following accounts and sanctioned them accordingly. Their sanction amounts can be found below. We also saw the verification of purchase form for Senate Bill 5319 for Night Ross. That's all I got.
Thank you. Fiscal legislation, none. Internal committee caucus time, gap 10 minutes. So I hereby recess Senate at 7:53 p.m.
I hereby call this meeting to order at 7:55 p.m. Roll call and verification of quorum. Vice Chair Boyson.
Galloway. Myself, I'm here. Senator Cerisi. Senator Duque. Senator Hall. Senator Hedman. Senator Holmes. Senator Costas. Absent. Senator Simcoe.
Present.
Senator Temple.
Present.
Yeli Jimenez. Pro Temp Rep. No worries. LGR Rep vacant with 11 out of 11. Quorum is verified.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes. Temple.
Sorry, I forgot that. Move to approve last meeting's minutes.
There's been a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the minutes stand approved. Approval of the agenda. Temple.
Should I motion for the motion to move? Oh my God, I'm sorry. Move to approve this. Move to adopt Proclamation 5342, proclamation continuing the UCF Student Bodies Partnership and Alliance with the City of the Orlando government.
There's been a motion to adopt Proclamation 5342. Are there any objections? Seeing none, approval of the agenda. Temple.
Move to approve this meeting's agenda.
There's been a motion to approve the agenda. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the agenda stands approved. Open forum. Anyone wishing to speak during open forum? Seeing none, announcements from the chair. Hey, y'all. So I have the perfect sports fact because last caucus, I announced that Tom Brady was retiring, but Tom Brady is in fact not retiring anymore. He did state that he has some unfinished business to take care of. So exciting news. But that's it for me. Besides the fact that since this is our last, I do want to say that I appreciate all of y'all, and I'm really sad that you're not coming back. For those of you that are not coming back, but I do wish you all well in your future endeavors, and I'm going to miss you greatly. If y'all ever need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I will always love to catch up with you, help you out with anything that you need, any questions, graduate applications. I'm here for you. So just thank you all so much for such a good session. Are there any questions for me? Okay, seeing none. Announcements from the Vice Chair, Vice Chair Boyson.
Hi, I just also want to say thank you all for an amazing session, especially for an amazing GAP committee session. We really pulled off a wonderful day at the Capitol this year. And I hope that everybody who continues to be in this committee for years on makes it even better and better and better than the last.
Are there any questions for Vice Chair Boyson? Seeing none, announcements from committee members. Seeing none, announcements from non-committee members. None. Old business, none. New business proclamation 5342. Is there a motion for 3-minute speeches, limited questioning, limited debate? Awesome. I'll just quickly go. Okay, so as y'all know, we have Day at the City Hall coming up this Wednesday. Back in 2019, we had our first Day at the City Hall, and we had a resolution that we presented to the City of Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer. We have not had a Day at City Hall since then because of COVID, unfortunately, but we also didn't have proclamations at the time either. So now this is actually a proclamation that we'll be presenting to Mayor Buddy Dyer. So I think this is pretty great. So basically, this does have a lot of the language from the initial resolution that was presented, but I did obviously add a lot more things in there. But this is basically going to be continuing our partnership and alliance with the City of Orlando government. So I will now take questions. Is there a motion for a non-committee member to speak?
So moved. So technically, anything that was changed before you all adopted it doesn't need to be voted on. It can be part of the language if you're comfortable with that. Are you okay with that? All the current suggestions that are on there, as long as they were put in before you adopted it? Okay.
Stand by. Thank you, Brody. Okay, so any questions? Is there a motion? Temple?
Move to debate.
There's a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now in debate. So since we're in debate, I did put some comments on here, but obviously they're not there anymore once Brody approved everything. I did just kind of want to look at 2 sentences and 2 word changes. First being continuing. Originally I did have renewing, since again, this is the first time that we will be returning to the city of Orlando, since we had the first one. I didn't know if y'all had better words. If you do, just go ahead and put them, unless you do have something to say.
I was going to say that I think reaffirming is a better word. Reaffirming our partnership. Does that work?
The next that I did want to look at was this sentence right here. I'll highlight it. I don't know if there's a better way that the sentence could be restructured, or or just changing the word combating. If y'all have any suggestions on that. Temple.
If I may, yeah, I believe that we can remove the word following between first and UCF Day at City Hall, because like it just seems awkward and clunky in my opinion, because like reading it out, on Wednesday, March 30, 2022 will be the first UCF Day at City Hall following the inaugural day. So roger that.
Holmes.
I just erased on, so it can just flow like Wednesday, March 30th, 2022 will be the first. So I'm just explaining why I put that.
That was a very good edit. Thank you. Cerise?
Do we have to make a motion to approve all of these, or are they all going to be approved? Okay.
Temple?
Move to see the amendments on the document as a block.
There's been a motion to see the proposed amendments as a block. Are there any objections? Seeing none, they will now be seen as a block. Is reaffirming one word?
That's where I think it should be. Yeah.
I think it is one word.
It depends if we're using reaffirm. Okay. Got it. One word.
Perfect.
Who's the communications guy?
We are now in debate on the amendments. Duque.
They're great. Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on the block of amendments. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be voting on the block of amendments. All those in favor, please raise your hand. All those against? All those abstaining? By general consent, all of the amendments pass. Cerise.
I was just going to say, I think that this is a very, very great proclamation, and I'm sure it will do well. You can also bring up the fact that we passed Proclamation 5361 to recognize the 3rd week of April as Stress Less Week, which the city of Orlando also did. So just like by reaffirming that partnership, say we do share common initiatives already. So I think that this is really, really great, and we should pass this.
Temple.
May I retain, Madam Chair?
You may.
Perfect. So yes, to echo the sentiments of Senator Cerisi, this is a terrific bill, and I don't know how you found the time to. Okay, I don't know how you found the time to write this bill, but it turned out great. Move to vote.
Thank you. We'll now be voting procedures. All those in favor of this proclamation, please raise your hand. Are we all raising our hands? All those against? All those against? All those abstaining? With a vote count of 11 to 0 to 0, this proclamation passes favorably.
Oh.
That is a good question. Okay, awesome, great. Member discussion. Anyone wishing to speak during member discussion? Okay, seeing none. Miscellaneous. Temple.
May I make a motion?
Sure.
Move to adjourn pending final roll call.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in final roll call. Vice Chair Boyson.
Same as initial.
I hereby adjourn this caucus meeting at 8:05 p.m.
All righty, everyone. Alrighty, I hereby reconvene the Senate at 8:07 p.m. Internal committee reports, ENA Committee Chair Wanjin.
So for our final ENA meeting, we went over the memorandum submitted by the Supervisor of Elections. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about my position. Thank you to my amazing committee for a great end of the session. I appreciate all of you for managing to ensure every single one of our meetings made quorum, as well as my support system who is there for me through all the drama of this election. To continue that fun election stuff, as stated by Title VI, Chapter 601.2, Section E, Part 2, if Supervisor of Elections DeLal or Assistant Supervisor Moore do not appear tonight on the Senate floor to give a report, Supervisor DeLal will be automatically dismissed for failure to appear 2 times during an election period. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, Chair Go.
Yeah, so my question would be, did you like contact DeLal at all today to be like, hey, please show up, or you will be dismissed? Yes, thank you for giving me the word. Yeah.
I informed him on Monday when I asked him about the memorandum, and it's his job to be here.
Thank you. Anyone else with questions? Chair Holmes.
Hi, Chair Wanjin. Thank you for that. I also wanted to ask you, could you give us, are you allowed to give us like some insight into his response when you asked him, or was it no response?
He submitted me the memorandum he was required. He didn't give me any response about being in attendance. I also informed the election commissioner who was there during ENA because it was in my announcements that he would need to be there. So if he had been present at ENA instead of sending an election commissioner, he would have heard.
Anyone else? Sorry, Chair Duque.
Just a quick point of information. It doesn't necessarily matter why he's not here. Of course, like unless he submitted a request to not be here and so on and so forth, he'll be automatically dismissed. So I know that she said that, but I want to make sure that it's clear that there isn't necessarily debate on this. So there's that.
Thank you. Anyone else with questions, comments, concerns? All right. Seeing none, GAP Committee Chair Galloway.
Good evening, y'all. We did not meet this week, but we did just caucus. In caucus, we saw one proclamation, which passed unanimously. We have day at City Hall this upcoming Wednesday, March 30th from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Lastly, for any new senators coming into the 54th session and would like to learn more about GAP, please feel free to reach out to me. That is it from me. Thank you. I'm going to miss all y'all who are not returning. I'm going to cry. That is it. Thank you.
Anyone with questions? Seeing none, LGR Committee Chair Hall.
Hey guys, so first of all, you can look at all the absences we saw in committee. There were a bunch of them. You can see how we voted. And we also saw an impeachment or an affidavit for impeachment this week in committee. After a lot of debate and careful consideration, the LJR committee ultimately decided unanimously that the affidavit, the accusations presented did not rise to the level of impeachable offenses. And this is per the very first section of Title VII, which is the impeachment statute. And that was LJR's role in the impeachment process, was to decide whether or not the accusations presented rose to the level of impeachable offenses. So shout out to my committee for seeing that this week. It was kind of a last minute thing and everybody handled the debate super maturely, asked good questions. So shout out to LJR. And lastly, I will miss all of you guys. I'm not coming back, but if anybody has questions about the LJR committee, what we do, if anybody's interested in being LJR chair or vice chair, please reach out to me. I would love to meet with you, talk to you about it, talk to you about any ideas that you might have for the committee. And with that, if anyone has any questions.
Chair Holmes.
So yeah, I just had a question regarding the impeachment affidavit. Is that how you say it? Affidavit? So you could only go, just for clarification, you could only go off of specifically what the affidavit said and not any prior evidence that was brought to Senate.
So, okay. In Title VII, that's pretty much what it says. The most ethical way to conduct the process is to just go off what it says in the affidavit itself. The affidavit that was presented, it's in the minutes of the LJR meeting, so you can look at it. It was, I think, a pretty overarching view of everything that's been brought up throughout this discussion that we've heard in Senate. So I think it was a pretty good overview of everything we've heard. And also, just to clarify, we weren't really looking at whether or not the accusations made, whether or not they were true or whether or not the evidence supported them. What our job as LJR committee was to decide that if everything in the affidavit was true, if all the accusations were true, is the offense that is being accused an impeachable offense. So with that, the evidence isn't really that relevant. It's more about the accusations itself that are being made in the affidavit. So that is what we went off of.
Sorry, I'm just really I was unfamiliar at first with Title IX and Title VII, but I read y'all's minutes on Tuesday because I was just curious. And so I just wanted to ask a follow-up. Sorry, I'm going a little bit blank. I don't know what. Oh wait, I got it. So essentially because I noticed some of the things were posting and build, one of the statutes said about, having to post the elections and stuff in buildings, blah, blah, blah. And some buildings don't allow, I know when I was asking to post in the buildings, they weren't allowing it. So would you say that some of the statutes, just for curiosity questions, some of the statutes are kind of not up to date with modern, how the modern world is now?
Okay, so probably definitely yes. Obviously that a lot of the accusations that were brought up were in reference specifically to Title VI. That is actually one of the very, very few statutes that LJR does not oversee. So with those statutory questions themselves, that would probably be yes. I think there are a lot of concerns that some things aren't up to date. That would probably be a great initiative for the next ENA committee to look at updating some of that stuff. And again, a lot of if I can just say this, a lot of the things were that were little things not posting pictures and stuff. And because of kind of some of the technicalities that was part of the debate, just the nature of the accusations was part of the reason that we didn't feel, not necessarily to say that there was no wrongdoing, but just that it was not impeachable was the bar that we were looking for.
Anyone else with questions? Chair Dugan.
I was going to ask a question, but then I saw the minutes. So great job, Sam. I'm guessing was taking the minutes. Great job. Great minutes. I think I just wanted to thank you, and then of course everyone else in the other branches who reviewed the election and the issues surrounding the election. And we now have all three branches agreeing to these facts that our election was fair and that it may be imperfect, as other people said. But I'm very glad to see that our Senate did its part to review that as well. So thank you, Reese. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, LJR. So great job.
Anyone else with questions, comments? Alrighty, seeing none, SBA Committee Chair Bertram.
Good evening, Senate. This week, SBA had our last meeting of the session. We just kind of gathered feedback to give for next session's committee and shared some Oreos. I'm sorry to disappoint, but they're just the regular flavor, so nothing special to report on. Lastly, I just wanted to take a moment to thank a few individuals that have really impacted my time in Senate. I joined Senate without any knowledge of student government, really, or any friends in this institution, and now I can safely say that joining Senate has been the best decision of my college career so far. So in no particular order, I just wanted to thank all of my fellow COBA senators, SBA committee members, caucus members, Adrian, Adriana, Jazzy, and Nick for supporting the work that we do in Senate. Shanira for getting me interested in Senate way back in December before elections in March. Nathan, Hannah, Lauren, and Cheska, Daisy, Sam, Julian, Nicole, Loki, and Burwa. I'm going to miss you and your energy. Love you. And everyone else that will not be returning for next session. I'm looking forward to all of the great things that I know everyone will achieve and accomplish in the future. And for those that are returning, I'm just looking forward to serving with you in the 54th. So thank you.
Pro Tem Kehoe.
Move to return to open forum.
There's been a motion to return to open forum. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Open forum. Shoot.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Shayla Macias, and basically just want to thank you all for listening to my concerns throughout your time here in the 53rd session. I still plan on working for those of you coming back, with the senators coming back, with everything that I've discovered, and so the appropriate changes can be made for future candidates. And hopefully all these issues and concerns that I had are not repeated again or brought up to you guys, and hopefully they're resolved. But just basically want to thank you guys all for your time and, listening to me. Thank you guys for your hard work.
Thank you. Is Jazzy here? Okay, Adrian.
Yes. So, hi everyone. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time. I understand y'all have some more legislation to view today. So real quick, I wanted to say thank you. Jazzy was with me here earlier, but she had to leave. So I just wanted to say thank you from us, as well as of the cabinet members, for just working so well with us and always being excited for the different projects and collaborations that we could work on together. And on a personal note, it meant so much to be able to work with y'all. I spoke about this when I was being confirmed, but I had no previous student government experience before coming into this position. So obviously the learning curve was very large. But I loved every moment spending it with y'all, spending it with the different caucuses, spending it with all the senators that I encountered and had conversations with. And I, again, wanted to commend you for your work this year. And I think we all came at a very difficult time for our nation, not to get too political, but I think we are all aware of how increasingly polarized this world has become, especially in our state, especially for those who we love dearly, and how it impacts those communities as well. We saw so much legislation being passed in the Florida state that, of course, had adverse impacts upon so many marginalized communities. And in the midst of that, I always looked forward to coming into Senate, speaking with y'all, seeing what sort of work was being accomplished here, and really being inspired by the leadership and really just the passion of this generation. So before y'all leave, I wanted to leave with an amazing poem. It was spoken by Senator Bookings when Ketanji Brown Jackson was being confirmed into Senate, or into her position as a Supreme Court Justice, and I just wanted to read a little bit of it tonight with y'all. So I'm not the best poem speaker, so forgive me. I'm not into prose or open voice things, so please forgive me, but I'll do my best. So this poem is called Let America Be America Again. It was written by Langston Hughes, who was a very active Black poet back during the 1930s to 1960s. And I'll just, again, read just a little bit of it tonight. So here it is. Let America be America. Let it dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain, seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream that dreamers dreamed. Let it be that great strong land of love, where never kings convene or connive, nor tyrants scheme, that any man be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wealth or wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air that we breathe. And the poem continues. It's very lovely, so I highly suggest y'all to look at it, but also to read it in the perspective of a Black man when so much had yet to be accomplished for equality and equity and justice in the nation. And I hope that for those of you who are leaving student government, I hope that you continue your advocacy and continue to develop those passions and interests. For those of you who are returning for the 54th session, I look forward to working with y'all in the short time that we have left together, but highly recommend reading this poem and just feeling inspired and being very proud of everything that y'all have accomplished so far. So thank you.
Thank you. Aile Horta.
How do you even say this? Move to confirmations in the agenda. Is that where we were?
There's been a motion to return to confirmations. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Confirmations, none. Internal legislation, notice of legislation on first reading, none. Notice of legislation on third reading. Constitutional amendments, none. Bills, Internal Bill 5327, update to Title III, enacting a no confidence process for ORS and LJR representatives, introduced by ORS Chair Mitchington. Is there a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate? Chair Temple.
Move for 3-minute speeches, unlimited questioning, and unlimited debate.
There's been a motion for 3-minute speeches, unlimited questioning, and unlimited debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, the motion stands. Chair Mitchington, you have 3 minutes whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Okay, so everything has stayed the same as we saw at the last meeting. This basically just adds a method of accountability for the ORS representatives and the LJR representatives on those two committees. I yield any questions.
You're now in line for questioning, unless someone would like to make a motion. Teacher Magdadaro.
Move to go to debate.
There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Chair Cerisi.
May I retain?
You may.
I would just like to speak highly in favor of this bill and encourage everyone to vote in favor of this. This is just making sure statutes are up to date and giving us options. So with that, move to vote.
I'll take Loki's suggestion as a technical, even though I can't really see it.
It doesn't change anything.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Move to vote. There's been a motion to vote. Are there any objections? Holy cow. Seeing none, will now be in voting procedures. With the vote count of 24 to 0, Internal Bill 5327 passes third reading. Alrighty, resolutions. Resolution 5337. Resolution urging the University of Central Florida to begin phase 2 of Performing Arts Center, introduced by Pro Temp Kehoe. You have 3 minutes whenever you're ready.
All right. So nothing has changed since the last time that we saw this. I just wanted to make a few points before I yield my time. The University of Central Florida is the largest public university in the state of Florida and the largest, or one of the largest in the country. Yet every other school in Florida has a performing arts center for their students except for us. Having a performing arts center will attract these such talented students in the arts, in the performing arts, music, visual art, and it'll really bolster our reputation here at UCF as a supporter of the arts just as much as we support our sports or our STEM majors. And so I think this is a really important cause that'll help support some of our students that will often go unheard, and bolster our reputation here at UCF and, you know, really make us a place for all. So with that, I yield my time.
Thank you. We are now in line for questioning. Deidre Magdadaro. There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Chair Temple.
May I retain, Madam Chair?
You may.
So as I'm reading this bill, it is very well written and very well researched. And I can already tell from PT Kehoe that the passion that he and PT Kehoe had written into this. So I would highly encourage you all to vote in favor, highly in favor of this, because we need to have our students be able to perform in a proper performing arts center. With that, move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Resolution 5337. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be in voting procedure. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. You're objecting? You withdraw? Senator Patel.
I think this is kind of the same as USF not having a football stadium, so I think it'll always get talked about. So I think we should definitely have a performing center so that we can be up there as well.
Thank you. Chair Temple.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Resolution 5337. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be in voting procedures. With a vote count of 24 to 0, Resolution 37 passes third reading. Resolution 5338. Resolution encouraging the University of Central Florida to support the use of open textbooks, introduced by SBA Chair Bertram. Chair Bertram, you have 3 minutes whenever you're ready.
Yep, so the resolution remains unchanged. Just a reminder for everyone, this is just helping ensure that UCF is maintaining its mission to provide increased affordability for instructional material through just reducing costs, and it kind of outlines a few different avenues to do that, including the use of open textbooks. So that's it from me.
Thank you. We are now in line for questioning. Senator Jacobs.
Move to go to debate.
There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Lisa Magdadaro.
I will be voting highly in favor of this. I love that we try to financially support our students as much as possible. So yeah, may I retain?
Amen.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Resolution 5338. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be in voting procedures. With a vote count of 24 to 0, Resolution 5338 passes third reading. Resolution 5339, resolution advocating for, sorry, there's something on there. Knights Helping Knights Pantry, donation bins in UCF housing and residence life communities, introduced by Senator Jacobs. Senator Jacobs, you have 3 minutes whenever you're ready.
Yeah, so I'm keep this brief. So just a couple of reminders that Central Florida area does have one of the highest food insecurity rates in the state of Florida, and I think one way to help eliminate food insecurity in the Central Florida area is definitely implementing donation bins in the housing communities. As from personal experiences being an RA, I do see a lot of students having excess foods and just not just throwing it away where that food could go to a lot of different communities who really do need it. I also think this also help with advocating more towards Nice Pantry, which I did conduct a survey during spring 2021, and more than half of the UCF students that did answer that survey had no idea about Nice Pantry and what it offers. So I definitely think by passing this resolution, it's going to help Nice Pantry be able to afford getting additional donation boxes and implement them into housing communities. And with that, I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you. We are now live for questioning. Deeser Magdadaro. There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. I'll see all amendments as a technical. Anyone for debate? Chair Temple.
Mayor Ting.
You may.
All right. So this bill is very well written, and it is a very good reminder for all of us that students still really suffer from being unable to receive as much food as they would otherwise need to. So, and this is a very good initiative to kick things off. With that, move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Resolution 5339. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be in voting procedures. With a vote count of 25 to 0, Resolution 5339 passes third reading. Resolution 5340, resolution to promote anti-racism at the University of Central Florida, introduced by the Black Caucus. Chair Holmes, you have 3 minutes whenever you're ready.
Alrighty, y'all. So we kind of went over this last week already. So yeah, this is just a long piece of legislation. Took a while, but just to support, our racial/ethnic groups here on campus and any initiatives that promote anti-racism, especially given the climate that we have been in lately. So yeah, I guess I yield my time.
Anyone in the caucus wishing to add? Vice Chair Foster.
Yeah, I was in the caucus with Chair Holmes and Senator Jacobs whenever this was just a thought process. And it kind of made me realize, in this polarized society we live in today, that it's not enough to be not racist. You need to be anti-racist. You need to be fully against it and need to condemn it when you see it. And that was kind of where this resolution came from whenever we were first trying to write it. And I highly encourage everybody to support it.
Thank you. Anyone else from the caucus? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll now be in questioning. Chair Gao.
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Are you objecting? Oh, no, you're good. Seeing none, we're now there. Chair Temple.
Move to see all amendments on the document as a block.
Were these seen in committee or in caucus? No. They weren't? Okay. Do you object to that?
I withdraw.
Okay. Chair Holmes.
Wait, let me see. I wrote it down here. Move to add amendments of Adrian Lee to the legislation. Is that how you say it? I'm not sure.
Okay, Brody, I have a question. If a non-committee member or caucus member makes an amendment, does someone on the caucus have to make that amendment or move it as their own amendment, if that makes sense?
So if a non-senator makes a suggestion on the document, a senator, somebody with voting privileges, would have to make an amendment. Again, separating suggestions on the document from amendments made on the floor.
Okay, perfect. I'll understand what you mean. Do you want to add it to Ethan's block of amendments or no? Okay, so there's been a motion to see all amendments on the document as a block. Are there any objections? Do you withdraw? Chair Bertram.
There's just like an amendment that adds like 19 lines of a paragraph and like some other things that I feel like should be cleaned up first before we start accepting the whole document.
Thank you. I think someone changed it. Okay, perfect. Would anyone like to make a motion? Chair Cerisi.
Move to debate.
I think we're in debate. All right, yeah.
Move to vote.
Not yet. Anyone like to make a motion on like the amendments? Use the mic. Yeah, Chair Holmes.
Move to see all amendments and all of Ethan Temple's amendments and mine as a block.
There's been a motion to see all amendments on the document as a block. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll see them as a block. Would anyone like to speak on their amendments? Chair Temple. Oh, sorry. D-Leg Bonifant.
I'm going to ask you a clarifying question. So currently, does the block of amendments that we're seeing include the proposed amendments that by Coordinator Lee? Because you said all amendments on the document, I think.
Yeah, Sierra is adopting Coordinator Lee's amendments as hers, if that makes sense. So yeah. Chair Block. I'm so sorry. Why did I say that? Chair Temple.
Not the first time people confuse me for somebody else. Fair enough. So the amendments, for the most part, are just edits up until we get to the final, to the therefore be it resolved clause, because this was actually something that Coordinator Lee had wanted to add and clarify regarding the nature of this resolution. And if Coordinator Lee is wishing, I can yield to her. You want to speak? I yield to Coordinator Lee.
Okay. Hi, all. So first, I wanted to apologize. I've never written legislation before, so thank you so much to Chair Holmes and to Chair Temple for offering all their support in this legislation. The amendments that I created were simply kind of making the therefore be it resolved clause a little bit more specific. So I'd be happy to answer any questions to anyone who had any regarding that clause. Those are the amendments that I made.
Anyone with questions? Anyone with a motion? Chair Temple.
Move to debate on the amendments.
There's been a motion to debate on the amendments. There's been a motion to debate on the amendments. Are there any objections? Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Seeing none. Pro Tem Kehoe.
Can I move for a non-committee member to speak?
Yes. There's been a motion to move for a non-committee member to speak. Any objections? You're good. Seeing none, Brody.
Sorry, I was trying to signal that I had something to say, but I didn't need to like go before what you were doing. I had two real quick things. One, since we're in debate on the current suggestions on the document, please don't add any more until we finish debate, because there's enough that I won't be able to remember what's new and what's not. And then two, just as a grammatical thing, Ethan, I see that you've added hyphens between for anti-racist in several places, or at least I believe that is what you've done. While it's a relatively new word, I believe it is not hyphenated based on quick research. I could very well be wrong about that, but I believe it is one word. So I would recommend that somebody check that before you determine it.
Chair Holmes.
Can I see mine as a like spelling technical right now, or should I wait?
Yeah, yours is just seeing Adrian's, right? No. Or which one? Sorry, I can't. Oh, yes. I can see those indigenous ones as technicals. I can also see Jacob's, Nathan, and I think Brody got the rest of them as technicals too. Yeah, a couple of people have technicals that will be seen. That's perfect. Anyone else would debate for the amendments or a motion? Chair Gao.
It's not really debate. It's just what Brody said, so maybe we can include the amendments as a block. I looked it up per Webster Dictionary. It can be hyphenated or it can be seen as one word. It's just a variant. So I guess it just depends on how the floor feels.
Thank you. Anyone else? Oh, sorry. You
Sorry,
sure?
I love this kind of debate. So because we don't hyphenate words like vice president in our pieces of legislation, because we don't hyphenate often what would we call unneeded hyphenations. There's an actual word for the other words that I can't remember. Then there's no need for the hyphen. So that's it.
Thank you. Anyone else with debate and from point of information? Chair Gao. Okay. Deezer Magdadaro.
Move to vote on the block of amendments.
There's been a motion to vote on the block of amendments. Are there any objections? Do you object? Do you withdraw? Chair Temple.
So just as a clarifying point, should I remove the hyphens from the whole block?
You could do whatever you want.
Sorry, this is uncharted territory for me.
No, you're good. Chair Gao.
So if we're removing his hyphenations, are we removing them on every single word that says anti-racism as well? With the hyphen?
Do you like Bonifant?
Would you consider just seeing it as a technical for whatever our decided spelling is, besides going through varying rounds of adding or withdrawing amendments from the block?
Yeah, I can see those as technicals. Deezer Magdadaro. There's been a motion to vote on the block of amendments. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be in voting procedures. With a vote count of 24 to 0, the block of amendments pass. We are still in debate over Resolution 5340. Senator Patel.
I think this is a very detailed resolution. There's a lot of facts, a lot of good information, and it looks like it's being sent to the right people and representing a lot of people. So with that, I say move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Resolution 5340. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we will now be in voting procedures. With a vote count of 25 to 0, Resolution 5340 passes third reading. Special acts, none. Notice of legislation on second reading. Constitutional amendments, none. Bills, none. Resolutions, none. Proclamations. Proclamation 5342, proclamation continuing the UCF Student Body's partnership and alliance with the City of Orlando government, introduced by GAP Chair Galloway. Chair Galloway, you have 3 minutes whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Speaker Ananobi. Okay, so as y'all may or may not know, we had our first inaugural day at City Hall back in 2019. We have not had a City Hall since then due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So this upcoming City Hall, Day at City Hall on Wednesday will be our first since the inaugural time. So we are reaffirming the UCF Student Body's partnership and alliance with the City of Orlando government. This proclamation will be presented to the City of Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer. That's pretty much it. Yeah, just want to keep continuing those connections. So if y'all have any questions, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now in line for questioning. Chair Duque.
Not a question, but we do need to change the title on the actual document, just so you know. Move to go to debate.
There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Chair Duque.
Move to see all amendments as a block.
There's been a motion to see all amendments on the document as a block. Are there any objections? Seeing none, they will be seen. Would you like to speak on them?
Yeah, they're mostly technical, but I don't want you to have to go through all of them and name them as technical. So if you don't mind, I move to go to debate.
There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there.
Move to vote on the block of amendments.
There's been a motion to vote on the block of amendments. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be in voting procedures. With a vote count of 25 to 0, the block of amendments pass. We're still, Chair Duque.
Move to vote.
There's been a motion to vote on Proclamation 5342. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we'll now be in voting procedures. With a vote count of 26 to 0, Proclamation 5342 passes second reading. Chair Duque.
Just a point of information, Nicole just informed me that was our final vote. So great job, y'all.
Thank you. All righty. Senate Forum. Chair Gell.
Hi, everyone. MSC and SJA are having their 4th annual Establish Her Summit, April 2nd, 2022, from 10 a.m. to, I think, 2 p.m. They reached out to Women's Caucus to table, so our caucus will be there. If there are any other agencies, such as like GAP, SBA, that also want to table, only a few people can go, so whoever becomes the chair of those committees, we can stay in touch and whatnot. I just wanted to give a heads up to any other person who would like to go to this event. I am registered, so I'm super excited for it. And the speakers look phenomenal. So I encourage you all to look at that. I'll attach the link to the RSVP so you guys can get more information on that.
Thank you. Vice Chair Boysen.
Hi, everyone. So actually, Senator Temple and I just got a really exciting email from the Chief of Police, Carl Metzger, who really listened to us and made his own resource guide to give to homeless students. And he said he would really like everyone's feedback. So I'm about to send it in the Senate-wide group chat and in Group Me. And so please give us feedback, and then we'll email him back ASAP.
And then one last biodegradable glitter update is that there was some more made today during the Green Assembly, and then a video promoting its distribution is in the works. So thank you everybody so much for supporting that initiative. It meant a lot to me, and it meant a lot to a lot of the graduates who will be using this. So I'm super excited to see some fun graduate pictures. And if you are graduating, please go grab some and show us your wonderful pictures. So thank you everybody.
Thank you, Chair Temple.
Hi, Senate. I know, not a foreign language this time. Bear with me. But so bouncing off of Vice Chair Boyson's announcement, I do have a few reports on our housing initiative about the basic preliminary information, like what we had discovered during our first round trip around of UCF, collecting information about homeless students, as well as certain pieces of certain initiatives that we collected from the House Committee that we attended alongside Vice President Wilson. So if you are interested in just adding additional information to those reports or interested in this initiative as a whole, reach out to me or Vice Chair Boyson.
Thank you. Chair Holmes.
First, I want to thank y'all for that housing initiative, because I was able to share that with a friend who's having some troubles with housing. So it was really helpful to her. So thank you so much. I have some RSO updates. The first RSO update is BSU Under the Stars Art exhibition will be, if I said that right, will be on Sunday, April 10th. And they will be showcasing Black excellence through sculptures, paintings, and or the performing arts. I was also asked to sing at this exhibition. The next one is Club Creole Dance Troupe is also having a showcase, a similar showcase the day before. And I will also be singing at that one. So come and support Black talent if you are interested in seeing it. So yeah, that's all from me.
Oh my gosh, so exciting to have a fellow singer here. Chair Duque.
Before I go into my little things, we have a Senate banquet tomorrow. We might need an entertainer. So if you're feeling it. Madam Chair, if I can do my points. Thank you very much. I have 2 quick points of personal privilege. The first one is, I don't know if y'all remember, but a few months back, I told you all that my students actually watch this somewhat religiously. It's very funny. And they're watching right now. I just got confirmation. So hi, y'all. I'm also leaving them next week, so I love you. But I appreciate you all, and honestly, you all are inspiring the next group of leaders. So great job. And then my second point of sort of personal privilege is sort of in line with what Adrian said earlier. There's this one quote. I'm not a huge quote guy, but there's this one quote that says, if you haven't gotten your heart broken by America, you don't love it enough. And honestly, if you haven't gotten your heart broken by UCF, you don't love it enough. And I know each and every single one of you all got your heart broken. I know. Y'all be listening to Adele too much. No, but in all seriousness, I'm very excited for what's to come, and I've said this before, but I really wanted you all to have the perspective of they're going to be hard times still. But those of us who've now done it for a little bit can help you. So reach out. That's all. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else for Senate Forum? Alrighty, seeing none, Senate deliberations. Any senator wishing to enter a period of deliberations over a particular topic and or issue? Alrighty, seeing none, advisors report, Brody.
All right. Hey, everybody. I don't have any announcements for you, and I will keep any savviness until tomorrow because Shanira asked me if I wanted to speak, and so I got to procrastinate for one more evening on what I would say for that. So suffice to say, I'm very proud of you all. I'm very excited to have worked with you all year long, and in whatever capacity I've had a chance to work with you has been wonderful. So for those that are staying, I'm excited to continue working with you and help and see you grow even more. For those that are moving on to better things, I'm excited to see what those might be. And please feel free to stay in touch and let me know what you're doing as you go into those other things. So we'll dive into some shout outs. Now there's a list already here. I think Lauren has dived. Oh, Julian. Okay. Well, I don't know. There's a list here, so I'm not going to read those, but if you want to like, okay. Oh, wonderful. That's good. I should be listening earlier. That makes sense. Okay. So we're going to dive into Senator shout outs. Let them rip. Lauren.
Because I was not asked to speak tomorrow, this is what I'm saving my sappiness for. So I did want to say, I have something great I can say about every single member of this body so far, everyone that served. I'm really appreciative of all you guys, and I'm so glad that I got to work with you. But just a couple of people to shout out. So Chair Bertram for leading the LGBTQ plus caucus, your passion for advocacy, our walk and talks to Duncan. Mitchinson for your ideas and passion for statutes. We didn't have any walk and talks to Duncan, but we did have some version of that, I'd like to thank. To former CRT Chair Block, her leadership in CRT was amazing. And I sat next to her for a long time at the day of the Capitol bus, and so I'm glad to kind of know her a little bit better, but I already knew how great she was. To Senator Jacobs, I did trap her in my car for like 2 hours one night after Senate, but she gave a ton of great ideas. I was so glad that I did, and I didn't. She could have gotten out. The doors are unlocked, but and I'm so happy that they made it to the floor. It was beautiful pieces of legislation. I was happy to see them. Not yet in Senate, but my SLC mentee, Tyler Borges, I'm excited to see what he does. My seat buddy for so long and the longest serving senator so far, Chair Galloway. I'm going to miss her a lot, but I'm glad to see she's still in Senate, and I'm sure she'll do great. Chair Duque, maybe we don't get to work together now, but I'm sure we'll find a way in the future. And maybe we can like have some Senate watch parties now that we don't have a 45-minute commute. And my disability caucus chair, Cerisi, she's the best caucus chair. Sorry, guys. And I'm so excited by her growth. I can't believe she said she wasn't going to run for a leadership position. I can't imagine a better disability caucus chair. She can do literally whatever she wants, honestly. And then my pro tem family, Kehoe, Magdadaro, I don't know. That's too much, but y'all are great. I love you so much.
All right. Any more senator shout-outs? Jessica.
Yeah, I literally can say so many great things about everyone here. Y'all did an amazing job representing the student body and using your platform in student government. I want to give a special shout out to Speaker Ananovi for always giving me rides home. We live in the same apartment complex, so shout out to her. And also for just leading the session into success. I want to shout out my pro temp's office, Lauren and Nathan. I just could not function and could not imagine what being a pro temp rep would be like without you guys. Like, y'all just make this job so much more fun. I want to shout out Sam. She was my mentee in Senate, and it's just so amazing to see how far she has gone. And I'm so proud of the fact that she did that, guys. She started a caucus. So that was amazing. I want to shout out Senator Bertram, and she's not here right now, but Zelly. I remember speaking to them literally before the elections for the 52nd session and going over what Senate was like, what student government was like, and look how far they've come, guys. We have a double chair here, and obviously Zelly, our vice president-elect. So it's so fulfilling to see what they've done thus far. Shout out to Temple. He is doing so well with the APIA caucus, despite the short period of his leadership. And it's just so it's so empowering to see his passion for the Asian American community. And shout out to the FAO, ORS, and LJR committees. I sit on those committees. Y'all are amazing. I just love y'all. I don't know what else to say.
All right, Nick.
All right, don't kill me. I have a lot. First, I want to give a shout out to Chair Gal. I enjoyed the Women Empowerment Conference today, probably a little bit more than I should, but but I really did see like a lot of women there, a lot of inspiring people, even people that I look to as role models now. I had fun with that. Shout out to Chair Holmes. We haven't been in the leadership positions for too long, but we made a lot of headway on the Natural Hair Initiative. That was one of the things that I've wanted to do for months. And we were able to rebuild a lot of relationships with a lot of different RSOs. And hopefully if we get reelected, we can continue doing that because we didn't get a lot of time this session. Shout out to Chair Matan. She stepped into the FAO chair like really unexpectedly, but she handled things really well. I'm definitely going to miss her in the next session. Had one more. Oh, shout out to Cheska. She's been really helpful lately. Shout out to Shanira. You know, you made the transition to student government really easy for me. I'm going to miss you a lot. Shout out to Pro Tem Kehoe. He's also amazing. And lastly, shout out to Amin. You guys will know this guy's a comedian, like I'm telling you. He's literally a comedian.
Yeah, in a similar vein, please don't kill me. I have a lot to get through. So first and foremost, shout out to Chair Gell for a rockin' performance at the Women's Empowerment Conference. You killed it over there. And in general, too, the Empowerment Conference, I learned quite a lot there, more than I honestly expected to, but hey, I'm all for it. Shout out to the outgoing senators, especially Chair Duque, Vice Chair Cerise, oh my God, Vice Chair Boyson, Chair Hall, D-Leg, Bonifant, again, a lot of names to go through, and of course Shanira and a lot of other senators I know are leaving. You guys have all been a tremendous role model for not just myself, but for all the students and all your constituents out there. And you just have been able to kill it in the first meeting back. Especially, and another shout out to Boyson for helping with the initiative on combating homelessness. I hope to work with you more, even though you will no longer be a senator. And of course, shout out to Chair Galloway for quite literally being like my one of the best mentors. Oh my God. Again, long night. One of the best mentors I could have ever asked for, both in terms of like a committee head, as well as just a general amazing person. So thank you. And like I told other people as well, get ready for the 54th. You're not done with me yet.
Boyson.
So I want to shout out this whole body. When I first ran for Senate, I had no prior experience of student government. I wasn't an SGLC, and I just kind of hoped for the best. I remember telling my roommate, like, I think I want to run for Senate. She said, what is that? And I said, I'm not sure, but I'll get back to you. So it was really a really big learning curve, but thank you for being so welcoming. And thank you for supporting all my clean and green initiatives and sitting through all my plant sale announcements. You've all given me such a real world experience that I'll never forget. And this was truly an eye-opening experience for me and the beginning of something that I never thought I would be super interested in, but I really am. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to Julian for being such an inspiration and everything that you do. You really connected me with the Hispanic community here that I had no idea was so big. Thank you to Chair Galloway for showing me the ins and outs of how to facilitate a relationship between those higher up representatives and our student body. So I just want to tell everybody that we really do make an impact on this university. Even if you all don't see, I've had so many wonderful people come and tell me like, oh my gosh, the Senate passed this, the Senate did this, thank you. Or what is the Senate doing next week? And I just want to let you know that we truly do make an impact on this campus, and you already impacted one person.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'd be talking too much. Listen, I want to shout out a couple people, well, a few people that I missed in my earlier shout outs. I think Cheska, Tyler, Nathan, Shanira, thank you so much for everything that you do. Also, Becca for being an amazing chair of GAP and the work that you do. Sean for being a great friend and helping me have fun while I do this. Let's see, Jacob for all your amazing work in SBA, LGBTQ plus caucus, all that kind of stuff. The Transfer Center crew, those who went to that Transfer Center meeting, and then we got it done. The Bar Louie crew, if y'all know what I mean. And then this one came out of nowhere, but I realized I want to shout out all my Nicholson senators because you all are the last ones. And because of the trauma that we went through together in that election, shared trauma builds bonds. Loki and everyone in the caucus, Daisy, of course, Nicole, Wanjan, I don't even remember everything. I appreciate you all. I thank you all. I'm eternally grateful for everything. So thank you.
So I have a similar, thing as Poison. I didn't even know what I was signing up for. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I was like, I saw on the UCF Senate Instagram. I'm like, no, on the UCF student government Instagram, and it was like, oh, applications for Senate. I was like, I always want to be part of student government. I wonder what this will bring. And wow, first of all, wow. So yeah, I didn't realize how much I would love this and just love every single person in here. Like, I know we may have our differences when it comes to so many things, but like, y'all don't understand. I literally love every single one of you. Even if I haven't talked one-on-one on you, I still appreciate like all the conversations. I do not know why I'm tearing up. Do not ask me why. So yeah, and I just want to do a big shout out to Shanira because she's just been such an amazing Senate president, and her just coming to my panel, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, she was the star of the panel. Everyone was just asking her such amazing questions, and the Evans students really got to see what it's like to go to college and just have an experience and be a leader and just a work like a student, and I just really appreciate that. I'm shouting out my vice chair because man, you just helped me so much with Black Caucus, and you're just so awesome. I love your energy. I love hanging around with you. You're so awesome, Foster. And Duque, I'm so sorry, y'all. First of all, I'm so sorry. And Duque, I will never forget when you did my debate for my confirmation, and you talked about how you saw my work in Black Leaders of Tomorrow, and I'll just never forget that. Like, I will genuinely never forget that. And Loki, thank you so much for asking me about, my resume and stuff. Like, I don't think y'all understand. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm being emotional. I just love all of you, and you've really changed my life in like 9 months. I don't think you understand. I didn't think student government would have such an impact on me, and y'all just make it worthwhile. So thank you.
Okay, I have two. My first is for our estranged member of the Pro Temp's office, Christopher Slaughter, for giving me my position. My second was something that I was thinking about earlier today. And it was the fact that literally a year ago today, I was sitting in a classroom in the Lee Harris Engineering Building, listening to Rob Gray speak to us in ELC. And I'm sitting here a year later, literally in the line of succession to the presidency. Like, that is mind-boggling to me. So I wanted to shout out everybody from SGLC that's with us now, especially Zelly. A year ago, she was in that same classroom with me, and right now she's the vice president-elect. So Sean, Sam, Hannah, Reese, Maddie, Brandon, Zelly, Sage, everybody that's still in SG from our SGLC class, like, you guys are awesome.
I will make this really short. Burwa, you are an amazing human being, and my love for you is so big. Burwa is awesome, everyone. Please talk to Burwa. Same with Jonathan Taylor. I love seeing his Instagram, guys. The person that travels the most is Jonathan frickin' Taylor. I aspire to be you. You are awesome. Jade, I have so much appreciation for you, especially sitting on SBA. Like, every time you talk, I'm in awe, especially the diversity training, everything you said. You have a lot of power, and I want you to know that I see that, and you're strong. And I hope to see you in the next session, because I'm sure, hopefully not, a senator will drop, and we will let you know. We will let you know, because I want to see you back in Senate. And lastly is Fabian Richard, one of my favorite people. If you get to see Fabian's facial expressions, please watch them. He is notorious for it, and you make Senate great, and I really appreciate you, and I'm excited to see what you do in the 54th session. Everyone here is awesome, and thank you so much for serving here.
So if you're in Jade's college, watch out, because Daisy might cut you. Julian.
sorry, two I missed. Hannah and Zach. There are probably no two people, maybe at UCF, maybe just in this room, that I disagree more with politically. However, we have never once had an argument. We have never once said anything bad about each other. And I think that's the spirit of what this body is, and I think that's important. And I truly, sincerely appreciate them, and they deserve all my love.
Burma?
So this is going to be a small goodbye, but not a see you later, because I will be taking a break this summer. But because of how great my experience has been in Senate, I will probably be back fall. So don't be sad. Again, like everyone said, like I was thrown in here, I saw the little thing on Instagram and I was like, oh, and as you guys know, I'm in nursing school. So this is a very different environment for me. And I promise you, being here means that to me that I love it that much, because I love being in this environment. I didn't know I would like it this much, but I do. And every single person I've had a conversation with is amazing. And that is the only reason I'll be coming back in the fall, even with my schedule. But I will see you guys, even for those leaving that I'm sad about, I will see you somewhere around here. That food cafeteria area is huge. I will see you guys there.
John. Okay, so I just wanted to start off by thanking and shouting out fiscal leadership throughout the session. Zach, Hannah over in FAO, Maddie Malakoff, who was the original ORS chair, my new vice chair, Wanjin, who's helped me out so ridiculously much, Chair Block of CRT, Jonathan, Will Power from the beginning of the session. Fiscal has done so much this year, and I just really want to shout y'all out for making it to the end, or close to the end. But yeah, and then I also want to shout out some people that have supported me throughout the year that I don't think I'd make it, to where I'm at right now without them. Reese, Hannah, Katrina, Nicole, Julian, other Hannah, Sam, Allison, Ethan, Cheska, Tyler, Becca, Lauren, of course, Nathan, Shanira. Just thank you guys so much for helping me out throughout this year. Wouldn't have made it here without y'all.
Sean, I tried, but you went way too fast. I couldn't get them all. So you all are loved. All right, Lauren.
Maybe you can catch up on Sean's, because this isn't anyone particular. This is just all of Senate. Something else I want to say to y'all is showing up here, all the work you did, all of those you resigned if for some reason you're watching the last Senate meeting at 9 p.m. today. Y'all did what you could, and that is enough. And I'm so proud of all of you. And again, still excited to see where y'all go.
Yeah, just really quickly. I just wanted to give one last shout out for the 53rd session to my good friend Jacob Bertram. I wouldn't have known about student government if I wasn't for Jacob. I wouldn't have known anything about Senate if it wasn't for Jacob, and I probably wouldn't have been confirmed if it wasn't for his help coaching me through the whole process and all of that great stuff to get where I am today. So I'm really thankful for him.
Katrina, thank you for getting me all of Sean's. Sam.
I realized that I left a few people out earlier when I was thanking people. So I need to give a very, very huge shout out to my amazing vice chair, Dila Guanapon. Amazing, helped me with so much, as well as Chair Mitchinson, because both of you really helped me in learning how to write legislation, because I had no idea how to do it. And writing legislation for the first time is very scary. Very scary, but you guys definitely really helped me with the whole process and learning and just making me feel really comfortable with the situation. So thank you guys both for that. And then I have one last shout out to a person I feel deserves so much praise, and that is Iole Horta. Literally love this woman, and I don't think that SLC would have been the same without her. And I don't think you guys could have had a better ILA. So just give her all the love and appreciation that I have and all of you guys. So that's all.
Jessica?
I literally cannot believe I forgot to shout out Ayala Huerta. She is probably the reason why we will have senators in the next session. She led SGLC and SLC so well. Unfortunately, I have lectured during SLC, but just seeing like the new senator-elects just talking to the SGLCers, they learn so much, and I'm so proud of them, and I'm so proud of Hannah because she taught them that. So.
Very quickly, he's not here tonight, but I know a lot of people forgot about him. Shout out to Vice Chair Costas. He's a really good guy.
Ethan?
Yeah, I just want to, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Thank you to Ayala Huerta for literally kickstarting my official Senate career. Because I wanted to come into student government coming into college, but you were the one that really catalyzed it. Like with the one-on-one that we had in the very, very beginning to SGLC, and even you tolerating me while I was in SLC, even though I'm not in SLC, it's just really thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I cannot wait to work with you again.
All right, I'm going to take this quick opportunity to shout out Aloe. They're not here tonight, but we absolutely, thank you. You all would not have gotten through this session if not for them, because I would have died several months ago. So it would have been a very traumatic experience, and then it would have ended. So yeah, huge shout out to them. Julian?
Jax, amazing, incredible. And then Aja, we'll miss you. We miss you. We still do. But thank you. And then I just realized Moscow, Anthony Moscow. Love him.
One more to ELA Jimenez, because you've done so much to put just the name of Senate out there so that people know what we're doing. You facilitated all of those dean meetings, which I know is not easy. So thank you. And to Ethan, of course, thank you so much for all your work in the GAP committee. We would have not survived without you, because there were so many little extra things that you were like, I got it. No, don't worry, I can do it. So that was amazing. And to Sean, because we are currently saving the RSO Ballroom Nights and it will not go down. Thank you for all of your work.
Yes, I forgot to shout out my lovely Vice Chair Costas. I hope you watched this and saw the round of applause everyone gave you. You're really awesome. But I want to reminisce. Shout out to Lucy Jones, because she's not here reminding you to drink your water. So I should drink your water, guys. Stay hydrated. Take care of yourself. And that was for you, Lucy Jones.
I'm going to keep it simple and not try to name names, because I'm going to forget someone and I'll feel really bad after the fact. Just everyone who got me from not even knowing if I wanted to join student government at the beginning of this year to where I am now. It's been a long journey, and I really appreciate everyone in it.
Galloway?
Okay, so I'm going off of Katrina because I was about to say the same thing. I could name so many great things about every single one of you. We would be here all night because I have so many great things to say about every single one of you. This session has been amazing. The GAP committee has been amazing. So I would love to, but again, we'd be here all night. When I do finally decide to up and leave, I won't forget y'all. I will name drop then. I would like to be a little bit more prepared and say all specific details, but I just want all of y'all to know that every single one of y'all that I've worked with, that I've contacted, who's helped me with any issues either related to Senate or personal issues, I can't thank y'all enough. Like, y'all have really helped me through just staying positive, because that's really such a great thing. And all of y'all have done so much work, and it really makes me so sad for those of y'all that are not coming back, because y'all have done such great work. And I do hope maybe you have a change of heart a little bit later and do decide to be appointed. I would love that. I would cry. So I'm just going to say that to all of y'all. Thank you all so much for such a great session, and be on the lookout for my resignation speech. Your name will be dropped then.
All right. Any more senator shout outs? Okay.
Alrighty. Nathan, you could do your caricature. And then.
I did not prepare. How about we do, for the session overall, taking Anthony and my opinions into account? Okay. We're going to do top 5 in no particular order. Okay. I'm going to say Eli Jimenez, especially with the all black fits. Everyone is different and every one of them is great. I really appreciated, she's not here, but former Chair Block, especially that last month she was here, she was really stunting out. I really appreciated it. I'm trying to think. And I'm trying to think of who's been here before. I'm seeing a half empty room. You know what? I'm going to do Chair Mitchinson, because he would often wear a bow tie, and I'm a big fan of the bow tie. Chair Duque for the pins specifically, but you always look great. And then I think, can we do a top 6? Oh no. Okay. Because I always shout out Aloe, because Aloe is great and their outfits are amazing. But I actually wanted to shout out a very, I would say, underrated, in this A-list scene, is Shaniera, because she comes out very often and I feel like we don't give her enough.
Okay, so I'm gonna try not to cry. I've already cried once this morning, but I made a little speech. I don't know if I'll read all of it. Huh?
You got it.
I might cry. Okay, so I wanted to start off by congratulating all of you, because we made it to the last meeting of the 53rd legislative session. I am beyond proud of each and every single one of you. The amount of legislation, motions, pro-cons, committees, caucuses, and more made it felt very long and draining, but I promise you, it has helped you and your constituents in some way. I'll get a little personal. In high school, I wasn't able to be involved in anything, and the few things that I was involved in, I was pressured to drop them. I never really realized how much this impacted me until I was thinking about where I wanted to be involved on campus and in my community. I made sure when I came to UCF, I would be involved, especially in student government. I applied for SGLC in the summer, partook in the program in the fall, and then joined Senate Leadership Council in the spring. I say all this not to necessarily advertise these programs, but because it starts one of my favorite parts of my college experience. I fell in love with Senate, so much so I applied in December at the end of SGLC. I fell in love with Senate because of the diversity of disciplines, races, thoughts, and leadership. I used to live in the Senate cubicle when the SG office was on the second floor, observing committees and Senate floor meetings in Key West Ballroom. I would observe the comments senators made, the RSOs that came in and requested funding, the procedure in which everything ran, but above all, I always felt accepted. I felt that I could ask anyone for help, for advice, for a jacket if I were cold, and I was always welcome at warm arms. I'm very grateful that I joined Senate, especially ran and now completed in the 53rd session with all of you. Oh, I'm not crying. You all are such a powerful, zealous group of peers, and I'm so honored to have worked with all of you at so many different capacities. I'm so grateful to have seen all of you grow from where you have joined, whether you were appointed or elected, to where you are now. I know personally I've grown more comfortable around you all, and I hope you have too. I hope you all have been able to discover what you're passionate about and how to stand up for you and your constituents. I hope you have learned more about yourself and your leadership styles. I hope you have felt supported, accepted, and appreciated. I'm a firm believer in making sure that you yourself is whole and well and respected before accepting and helping others. And I hope you all not only take this and consider it for yourself, but consider others. I want to take a moment to discuss something that is really important to me, and that's privilege. I've been able to witness where people have used privilege in a beneficial way and in a harmful way. And I'd also like for you all to take an opportunity to look at everyone who's here today and look at the people who are not here today. And it is very important that you keep using your voice to advocate for those who are not here at this table, because it is a very amazing opportunity that so many people can benefit from, that you all benefit from, that I hope to see is beneficial for the good and not just only for your personal self. I want to say one of my favorite quotes. Sorry, that was really gross. I want to say one of my favorite quotes, and it's from Chinua Achebe, who is a Nigerian author. So one of his quotes is, "When suffering knocks at your door and you say there's no seat for them, he tells you not to worry because he's brought his own stool." I love this quote because it reminds me and anyone who reads it that suffering is always going to come. You're never going to have a peaceful period, no matter how much people advocate for it and tell you about it. But I really believe it's how you address that suffering, how you address the problems, that builds character within yourself and other people. And I really hope that you take that with you and remember that when things are hard, that it's not something to be discouraged about, but to really fight for equality and fight for advocacy, not only for yourself, not only for people like yourself, but for your peers and your constituents, wherever you may be. I also want to say to check GroupMe for an update for me regarding a little thank you for everyone that I'll be sending soon. But I did want to end by saying thank you all for trusting, guiding, and supporting me throughout the session. Okay, that's it.
Four more years. Oh, sorry. Wrong thing.
You're good. Thank you all. Okay. Alrighty. We're still in miscellaneous. Pro Tem Keough.
Move to adjourn pending final roll call.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there.
Okay, one last time. I'm here. Pro Tem Keough.
Here.
Senator Mole.
Here.
Chair Matan.
Present.
Chair Bertram.
Present.
Vice Chair Richard.
Present.
Chair Mitchinson.
Present.
Senator Hedman.
Present.
Chair Temple.
Present.
Speaker Ananobi.
Here.
Chair Wanjan.
Present.
Senator Simcoe.
Present.
Vice Chair Amin.
Present.
Deleg Bonifant.
Present.
Chair Galloway.
Here.
Vice Chair Foster.
Here.
Chair Gell.
Here.
Vice Chair Taylor.
Here.
Senator Patel.
Here.
Senator Jacobs.
Here.
Deeser Magdadaro. Vice Chair Costas. Senator Collins.
Present.
Chair Holmes.
Present.
Chair Cerisi.
Present.
Chair Duque.
Here now and always here in spirit.
ILA Huerta.
Present.
ELA Jimenez.
Present.
Vice Chair Boysen.
Present.
And with 29 out of 30, quorum is verified.
Thank you. Alrighty, for the last time, I hereby adjourn this meeting at 9:29 p.m.